Do 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 do. That camera's not very straight, is it? Let's just tilt it this way. Welcome to those of you who are watching this impromptu fix. Welcome all. You might not be able to see a lot, but my son has a puncture on his 9x1. So I thought, you know, I'll just do a quick live of changing it. Just taking off the outer shell, cup of tea. Sunday at 7 o'clock in the evening. He has school tomorrow. Guess what? He rides it to school. 1.6 miles each way. So he kind of needs it for tomorrow, really. So I've been dragged back into the office at 7 o'clock in the evening. Nice cup of tea. Son, if you're watching, which you may be, this is me fixing your wheel. It's going to be the most boring video ever. But, you know, I thought someone might be bored at home in the rain. I've been out on the M Super X. I'll just chat along. I can't see any comments obviously or anything like that. So if you're commenting, I'll read them after. Don't you worry. So what's happened here is that the inner tube, he's got a flat. He's only just turned 13, so he's been riding along on it as it was going down, and it absolutely mullered, which has smashed up the valve. That's another way of putting it. And the inner tube slid along, so the whole thing's jammed up in here, and it does not want to come off the rim. So it's a nice little fight. Yeah, nice little fight. So that's going to be fun getting this out. But obviously has a puncture somewhere along the line as well. 9.1E plus, if you're wondering. Bit dark in here as well. Nothing's set up. It's all closed. Shouldn't be here. Nothing I'd rather do on a Sunday evening. Apart from changing a tube. Oh. It's a workout though, so that's good. That's the tyre off. Easy as that. So when you're changing these, you may probably already know if you ride bicycles, is you always spin around, put your fingers on the inside, try and figure out if there's anything still in there that's going to puncture it. So I get a brand new inner tube. There we go. Oh, look at that, live on air. See if you can see that. It's a tack. It's actually got a tack in there. And do you bet that came out, got it in there, sorry, at school. Sort of place you might get one, isn't it? Where can I? Look at that. A tack. Unbelievable. Well, I never. Alright, well that's the tube, that's the tyre off. Puncture located. Source of puncture located. And this is the damage it did. I mean, it's knackered anyway, it could be repaired, but it could be repaired, except from the fact that, as you can see, that's slightly smashed up. So I'm going to grab an inner tube, a new one, from stock. Oh, and as if by magic, there you go. There's an inner tube. Now just relax and take it easy on this Sunday afternoons. You listen to Ian's dulcet, boring tones. Brand new inner tube. And don't forget, when you install these inner tubes, bent valve, you want the bent valve going the direction, so you don't want to be sticking out the wrong way. It's got to follow the flow. It just stops it ripping the valve off if you get caught in something, mud or leaves or something. This live feed is using none of the, so it'll be that way, is using none of the equipment we usually use, of course, because it's just an impromptu live feed. So yeah, I have no idea even if the signal's any good, is it? I have no idea. No one cares. Getting these back on is a massive pain in the sometimes. It's all good fun though. Builds up strength in your arms, which is always good. Hope you're doing alright. Hope loads of you have been riding this weekend. It'd be a shame if you haven't. So I've been out on the M Super X, riding around trying to get the miles up. close to hitting the 650 mark now for you guys for a video review. It's proving quite complex because you've got so many wheels. You want to stick so many miles on. Trying to dedicate yourself to one wheel is almost impossible. So it's taking ages on some of them to get up to the mileage. Come on, feed through. Good inner tube. Well behaved inner tube. Do. How many of you are still riding 9.1 E pluses, I wonder? They have a use, especially for children. Especially if you're trying to give someone a wheel, I would not want to give him an M Super X, for example. Way too fast. Probably too much like his father. So I wouldn't trust him with it. Feed the tyre back on. And as with all tyres, they get awkward towards the end. And if you're putting these back on, make sure you don't pinch the brand new inner tube. Because if you do, you have to buy another one, which is good for speedy feet, not good for your pocket. Boom. Really hope I'm not pinching this inner tube. I'd like to get home this evening. Boom. Done. Easy as that. I need to go and pump that up now. Most important tool. So I'm going to pump this up. I go to the compressor on, and you can watch a nice background. Very exciting. That's the compressor on. I'll tell you what I might do. As you can see, that's all. That's all fitted in now. The valve's facing the right way, so that's all good. And what I need to do is I will show you the 3D printers whilst I'm waiting for the compressor to come up, because there'll be nothing happening. You can just watch these. There we go. You can watch. You can watch printers printing. How about that? Who wants to see that? So this is the stands being printed. So that one is printing that. So that's printing. You can kind of see it. It'll be noisy, but I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you in a sec. Almost there. Almost there. La-da-dee. Yo, right, we're back. That's now pumped up. Let's put this here. Right, that's all inflated now. You see? Valve runs this way. Whee! So, if you get any dirt lodged in here or a stick or something, it runs off as it's going round. Well, if you're going backwards, it can catch in and flip it off and actually snap it. So, oh, I wouldn't usually run round. I am now. Just for you guys. Right. So that's that one there. And obviously when you put these back together, a lot of design has got a very razor edge. If you've got cables poked over and you clamp that down and then bolt it up, you can cut through them. That's a bad day. And I speak from experience. Easily done. Much more difficult to reverse it back again once you've done the damage. Okay. I love these. I still love them. Still absolutely love the 9 watts. My first love, and I love, 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 love it. So easy to work on as well. Piece of cake. When you're putting bolts back in, for those who don't know, put them diagonal across. So put one in there, one in there, one in there, one in there. Just a little tip. A Sunday tip. This isn't Maintenance Monday. We haven't got around to doing many of those. We've only done one so far. Oh, when you take the magnet out of this, don't put it in with the rest of the bolts because everything sticks to it. Unless you want to put it in with the rest of the bolts. If you're on grass, I've done that before. If you're in the field, as it were, then a brilliant thing to use is a footplate magnet to keep all your bolts together. Screws, bolts, washers, keeps them all together, bunches them up. If you've got a magnet. King Songs don't have them. There's probably other manufacturers that don't have them either. I'd usually use an electric drill for this, but guess what? Can't find it. Can't find the drill bit. I've got the drill, I haven't got the drill bit, so it's all by hand now. As you can see, that all gets stuck to it. So if you lob them in there, that's what you get. Live is riveting live action here from Speedy Feet headquarters. If you're watching this, you have not got a lot to do. You must be at a really loose end. Like really badly. Chat amongst yourselves. He'll be here in a minute anyway. He's been dropped off. And he can test it out. Okay. We're getting there now. We are getting there now. It will require a battery to be put back in. Probably pretty much it, to be fair. Battery put back in, magnet put back in for the foot plate. That's all good. Foot plate back on, etc, etc. Right. Magnet in. Magnet Magnuson. In there. That one in there. outside shell, the 9 box. Well, it's brilliant, isn't it? You got the inner shell, the outer shell, and a light ring. And this takes, like a bumper, it takes most of the force. So this is smashed up like a good one. It's not broken though. It's very, 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 very strong, sturdy. Remarkable, really. It's lasted a long time. Right, now I need to find my screwdriver. Oh no, we'll do it. Hey, there it is. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Wish I could find my power tool bits, but I can't. If you want videos on how to change the shells on a 9x1, if you're watching this now thinking, what on earth is going on with my life? There is a video, several videos on how to break these down, tear them down. The other thing is, what's worth servicing, if you've got something to do on your wheel, service the rods for the foot plates. You'll make your life a lot easier in the long run if you keep them oiled up. So this one, where's it gone? I'll show you how bad it is. So this has never ever been taken off. In fact, I broke the warranty seal on this 9-bot. This here, that's what they go like. So they get like a residue on them. And even if you oil them, you get a residue. You just need to do it regularly. You get a bit of water ingress. And it just gets stuff stuck all over it. And then it's quite difficult to get out. So what you want to do is clean that down. I use GE85. So I need to get a rag, because I can't find a bit of rag. Even better if you've got a wire wheel. So if you've got a wire wheel, you just give it a real light clean. I've got a wire wheel, but I'm not going to do that now, because I can't take you to the wire wheel in the other part of the workshop. So I'm just going to clean it down as best I can, and then show you. Let's see. That's what you get. That's how dirty it is. So do that, then put a bit of a coating, WD-40, G85, whatever. Then you'll find your foot plate will fit smoother, super smooth. If you really struggle to get them out, you might find you bent them, which is never a good thing. In fact, I'm going to go the extra mile. I'm going to put a little bit up and in there, like so. That's what I'm going to do. You'll find that a lot easier then. Next time you come to take it off for a puncture, which I hope I don't have to do for a while, because it was quite difficult to take out, you see. It had never been dealt with. It had never been taken apart before. Sweet, that is good. And on the 9-bot, you've got a grub screw which goes on the bottom, and some other ones you have as well. And that's, any of you who have had this problem, if you grind that off, you have had it. So if you round it off, well, so if you just keep it lubed up, it'll all be good. And so getting that back in, so I'll make sure, of course, that it's not, do it by hand first and then by drill if you've got one. And he's charging. Done, foot plate's back on. Next up, battery. Boom. Charge port connection. Oh, and when you're connecting batteries back up, another little thing you can do is you always get that massive spark. Some of you may have seen a blog article on this. It's because your capacitors are empty. So if I had not connected this battery back up, there's no spark this time round, because I haven't, it's used no electric since I've unplugged this and changed the inner tube. If I was to drain the battery, you'd get a spark coming through the XT60 connector. When you connect it back up, it arcs across the points. What you can do is spin the motor, and it fills the board capacitors a little bit, tiny little bit, every time you spin it. So I say, I usually, if I just fit a brand new board, I spin it like that about 20 or 30 times, and it just minimises, doesn't stop the spark. If you did it enough, it would, but it would take quite a lot. It just minimises that spark. Just a little tip for you. We did do a blog post on it because Rich Skull asked. Oh, it's going to con cold now. That is horrible. Horrible. So these are always fun. They always come out of their little runners. And you can easily snag them up. And you can easily put them the wrong way around. So I've got another little tip for that. Let's feed them all back in there. Rightfully so. There and there. So again, this hasn't been, it's never been taken apart, it's 9-volt. Apart from, no it's not, no it's not a P, so this must have been come off because the battery is a P battery. So it must have done at some point. Yeah, cool, that'll fit back over there. Can you do it in there? No. This goes on here. Easy as that. Nice and cash. It's all back together, boys. You'll be ready to ride it tomorrow morning for school. Boom. Okay. And again, obviously I'm not replying to comments if you just come on, because I can't see them. So I can't reply to them, because I'm fixing a wheel. Now, when I connect these LEDs up, you can connect one, you can mark them up before you take them off, so you know which is left and right, because obviously it's split into 2 parts on a 9-volt one. I say obviously, but if you don't know what they are, then you might not. Plug one side in, and then boot it up. And it's almost invariably always on breathing pattern, so you can't tell. But sometimes it should knock. Did you know that? You can turn a knocking function on. I haven't turned it off. If you push this in, very often changes. Oh, come on. Be good to me. And you can change it by pressing and holding the power button as well if it doesn't work. So I know straight away that's going the right way. So I know I've got the right side plugged in. Otherwise, if I plug it the way around, it'll be going back to front. So plug one side in first, because you can leave it all loose. You don't have to plug it, push the outer light ring in. And then, you know exactly where you are. There's no messing about. So, it's only a little 5-volt connector. Piece of cake, and then don't trap the cables in there as you're closing it out. There we are. Done. Done, Dillian. His wheel is fixed. It's alright, isn't it? Shall I go for a ride with it? You can come with me if you want. You can come for the ride. Let's test it out. Boom. Might lose signal. Here we go. 9-volt 1 E+. Here we go. Look at that. Fixed. So that's like a 30-minute job. 30 to 45 minutes, and as long as you don't get any problems. So if you get any issues with foot plates being stuck and stuff, then obviously it takes longer. Job done. There you go, guys. Inner tube replacement for my boys 9-volt 1. I thought I'd just do a quick live whilst I was here. Bit lonely, you know, in the old workshop myself. We'll catch you all on next week's live, I think. Wednesday, 4:30 GMT. Have a good time. Thanks for joining in. I've got to now somehow take this apart off the tripod and end. Goodbye, guys.